Welcome, friends! Today, I bring you an emotional story that will touch your soul. Not just a story, it's a powerful, heart-wrenching drama just like a movie that can make anyone shed tears. So please, watch this story till the very end. A gleaming airport runway stretches ahead. A young black pilot, dressed in her crisp uniform, walks with unwavering determination toward the gates of her own airline. Years of sacrifice, endless nights, and relentless hard work have led her here. Her eyes shine with hope, her face glows with pride, and her heart beats with the rhythm of victory. Suddenly, a security guard steps forward and blocks her path. "You cannot enter." She freezes, shock and disbelief flooding her face. Her voice trembles, filled with pain and anger. "This is my airline, my dreams, my sweat, my life, and you are stopping me." But the only response is a cold laugh, a harsh tone, and the deafening silence of injustice. Humiliated before her own creation, her dreams shatter, but her spirit does not. She turns. Tears stream down her face, but her heart blazes with determination. In that quiet, powerful moment, she whispers to herself, "You tried to stop me, but now watch closely. I will become the storm that topples your empire." Time passes, and her resolve becomes unstoppable. With courage, brilliance, and relentless perseverance, she builds her path. And the airline that once rejected her crumbles into dust, powerless before her. This is a story of courage, resilience, and unshakable faith. A story that proves, when your heart holds belief, nothing in the world can stop you. Friends, if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your very own channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The world had turned its back on her, but she refused to be broken. Days passed. Every night, she sat by her small apartment window, staring at the city lights, remembering the humiliation, the cold laugh, the rejection. Her heart ached, but a fire was burning inside her. She started planning, not revenge for hatred, but for justice. Every skill she had, every ounce of knowledge, every connection she had built over the years, she used. Pause for effect. Slowly, she began creating her own airline, smaller at first, but unstoppable. Every flight she launched, every passenger she served, it was a silent message to those who doubted her. And then the whispers began. People started noticing. She's the one who was denied, and now she's soaring higher than ever. Her former company, the same gates that had humiliated her, they watched in disbelief as their empire slowly began to crumble. The storm she had promised had arrived. Through tears, determination, and relentless effort, she transformed pain into power. And the world learned a lesson. Never underestimate a heart fueled by justice, courage, and unwavering belief. Friends, if this scene touched your heart, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Your channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends! The day had finally arrived. Her airline had grown stronger than anyone imagined, and today, the very company that once denied her would witness her triumph. She walked into the boardroom, confident, poised, and unshakable. The faces of the executives, the same people who laughed at her, turned pale as she presented the results. Numbers, growth, loyalty of passengers. Everything spoke louder than any words could. One by one, they realized the truth. The storm they had ignored was unstoppable. Her eyes glistened, not with revenge, but with the satisfaction of justice served. Every tear she had shed, every sleepless night, every ounce of effort had led to this moment. The world saw her not as a victim, but as a force, a woman who turned rejection into power, a woman who proved that dreams fueled by courage cannot be defeated. She stood tall, taking a deep breath, and whispered softly to herself, "This is what happens when you never give up. When you believe in yourself, when your heart is stronger than fear." Friends, if this climactic moment inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your very own channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends! The world had tried to hold her down, but she had learned something powerful. Strength grows in the face of adversity. Late nights turned into early mornings. She meticulously studied, planned, and perfected every detail of her growing airline. Every small victory, every challenge overcome, fueled her fire. And yet, the memories of that humiliating day still lingered. The cold laughter, the rejection, the disbelief in their eyes. It was a scar on her heart, but also a spark. She remembered her promise, whispered in tears, "You tried to stop me, but now watch closely." With every step forward, she became unstoppable. Every plane that took off under her command, every passenger smiling, every milestone, it was a message to the world and to those who doubted her. "I'm not broken. I'm rising." Her determination inspired her team. Her vision became their mission. And together, they prepared for the ultimate moment, the day justice would meet destiny. Friends, if this scene inspires you and touches your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your very own channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The moment had arrived. Years of struggle, tears, and relentless effort all led to this one defining day. She walked into the headquarters of the very airline that had once humiliated her. Her presence commanded respect. The same executives who had denied her now watched in awe as she unveiled the results. Every figure, every achievement, every milestone spoke louder than any words. The empire they had built began to crumble under the weight of her unstoppable rise. But it wasn't just victory, it was justice. Every tear, every sleepless night, every heartbreak had transformed into power. And in that moment she realized she was no longer the one who was rejected. She was the force that changed the rules of the game. She took a deep breath, tears in her eyes, but a heart full of triumph, and whispered, "This is what happens when you never give up. When you turn pain into power, and when your heart refuses to surrender." The world saw her courage. Her story became an inspiration, a symbol of resilience, a reminder that no obstacle can stop a determined heart. Friends, if this story moved you, if her journey touched your soul, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. This is your very own channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. After all the tears, struggles, and victories, she stood tall, not just as a pilot, but as a symbol of courage. Her journey had shown the world that rejection is never the end, that every obstacle is just a stepping stone, and that determination can turn dreams into reality. Her airline thrived, her team grew, and her story inspired countless others. People began to believe in themselves because they saw what one brave heart could achieve. She looked at the horizon, a gentle smile on her face, knowing that her battles had not only shaped her, but had also ignited hope in the hearts of others. And in that serene moment, she whispered softly, "Never let anyone tell you that you cannot rise, because your heart knows the way." Friends, if this final scene moved your soul, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Your journey of inspiration begins here, on your channel, Soul of Kindness.